first topic of Sociology Paper 1 is Sociology the Discipline, which has 3 subtopics. First, modernity and social changes in Europe and emergence of sociology. Second, scope of the subject and its comparison with other social sciences. And lastly, sociology and common sense. In this lecture, I will cover each of these one by one. Alright, let's begin. So, what is sociology? Sociology is the study of society, its structures, institutions, and social behavior. Understanding its origins is crucial for comprehending contemporary social issues such as happening in our Indian society and the world at large on a daily basis. But what do we mean by society, its structures, institutions, and social behavior actually? Well, society refers to a group of individuals who share a common geographic territory, interact with one another, and are bound by social relationships. It encompasses the collective aspects of human existence. Social structures are patterns of social relationships and institutions that shape individuals' interactions and behaviors within a society. They provide a framework for organizing and regulating social life. For example, family is a social structure that defines relationships and roles within a household, such as parents, children, and siblings. What then are social institutions? In layman's terms, a social institution refers to a well-established and widely accepted system or structure within a society that governs and organizes specific aspects of people's lives. It's like a set of rules, norms, and practices that guide how individuals interact, behave, and relate to one another in a particular area of society. Family, education, religion, government, economy, and healthcare are examples of social institutions because each of these institutions serves a specific purpose and has its own set of roles, responsibilities, and expectations for individuals within that system. Think for a while and ask yourself, why is family a social institution? Well, family establishes guidelines for marriage, child rearing, and kinship relationships. Members in a family has different roles. That's simply the reason why it's considered a social institution. The same way education provides a framework for learning and transmitting knowledge to younger generations. That's why education is a social institution. Government creates laws and regulations for maintaining order and providing public services. They shape our behaviors, beliefs, and interactions within society, playing a crucial role in maintaining social order and stability. That's why government is also a social institution. These terms such as social institutions are something that you will frequently come across in every topic of sociology, and it's very important that you have clear understanding of the basic concepts. Now, moving on to the very first subtopic, modernity and social change in Europe and emergence of sociology. In the context of social change in Europe and the emergence of sociology, modernity refers to a historical period marked by significant transformations in various aspects of society, culture, and the economy. Modernity is often associated with the Enlightenment era and the subsequent developments that occurred during the 18th, 19th, and 20th centuries. Modernity represents a departure from traditional social and cultural norms with a focus on rationality, individualism, and the pursuit of progress. It is characterized by, number 1, rationality and reason. Modernity emphasizes the use of reason and rationality as the primary means of understanding and interpreting the world. Rational thought and scientific principles are applied to various domains, including governance, economics, and social institutions. Number 2, individualism and human agency. Modernity places importance on the individual and their autonomy, rights, and freedoms. The individual is seen as a rational actor capable of making choices and influencing their own destiny. Individualism contrasts with the traditional collective identities and hierarchical social structures prevalent in pre-modern societies. Human agency refers to the capacity of individuals to act and make choices, shaping their own lives and influencing the world around them. It emphasizes the idea that individuals are not passive recipients of circumstances, but active agents who have the ability to exercise their will, make decisions, and take actions that can have an impact on their own lives and the broader society. In the context of social sciences, including sociology, human agency is an important concept for understanding social behavior and social change. It highlights that individuals are not simply products of their social, cultural, and structural circumstances, but actively engage with and respond to them. Human agency recognizes that individuals interpret and navigate social structures, norms, and institutions, and that their actions contribute to shaping and transforming these social realities. Number 3. Social change and progress. Modernity is associated with a belief in progress and the idea that society can improve through scientific, technological, and social advancements. There is an emphasis on innovation, development, and the pursuit of economic growth. Number 4. Secularization and secular thinking. Modernity is characterized by the decline in religious influence and the rise of secular thinking. Traditional religious beliefs and institutions are challenged, and society becomes more diverse in terms of religious beliefs and worldviews. Number 5. Industrialization and urbanization. The Industrial Revolution, a key component of modernity, brought about significant economic and social changes. Industrialization led to the mass production of goods, urbanization, and the rise of the working class. This shift from agrarian to industrial society transformed social structures and relationships. The emergence of sociology as a discipline during this period was a response to the social changes brought about by modernity. Sociologists sought to understand and analyze the social consequences of modernization, industrialization, urbanization, and the associated shifts in social structures, values, and institutions. They examined the impact of modernity on social order, social change, and the interplay between individuals and society. Sociology aimed to provide a scientific understanding of society and its dynamics, drawing on empirical research methods and theoretical frameworks. Early sociologists, such as Emil Durkheim, Max Weber, and Karl Marx, explored the social, economic, and cultural transformations of modernity and their effects on individuals and communities. Their works laid the foundation for the study of modern society and the ongoing examination of the complexities and challenges of social life in the modern world. So now, in order to understand how sociology emerged, let's now take a deep dive into a series of historical events beforehand, such as Enlightenment era, French Revolution, and Industrial Revolution. The Enlightenment era, also known as the Age of Reason, was a cultural and intellectual movement that took place in Europe during the 17th and 18th centuries. It was characterized by a shift towards rationality, skepticism towards traditional authority, and an emphasis on individual rights and freedoms. The Enlightenment thinkers sought to apply reason and scientific principles to understand and improve society. During this period, there were significant advancements in various fields such as science, philosophy, politics, and economics. The scientific discoveries of figures like Isaac Newton and advancements in the fields of astronomy, biology, and chemistry challenged traditional religious and philosophical beliefs. The philosophers of the Enlightenment championed reason, empirical evidence, and the scientific method as the means to discover truth and improve society. But before the Enlightenment era, Europe was largely characterized by feudalism, a social structure in which power and land were concentrated in the hands of a small noble class. Feudal societies were hierarchical, with the king or monarch at the top, followed by the nobility, clergy, and peasants. The feudal system was based on personal relationships and obligations, with peasants working the land in exchange for protection from their lords. The Enlightenment challenged and disrupted these traditional social structures in several ways. Number 1. Critique of monarchy. Enlightenment thinkers questioned the divine right of monarchs and the absolute power they held. They argued for the idea of popular sovereignty, which suggested that political power should rest with the people. This critique of monarchy played a significant role in the French Revolution, where the monarchy was eventually overthrown and replaced with a republic. Number 2. Emphasis on individual rights. The Enlightenment emphasized the rights of individuals, such as the right to life, liberty, and property. This focus on individual rights challenged the existing social hierarchy, which often prioritized the privileges of the nobility over the rights of the common people. The concept of individual rights laid the foundation for the development of modern democracies and the recognition of equal rights for all citizens. Number 3. Secularization and religious tolerance. The Enlightenment promoted secularization and the separation of church and state. It challenged the authority of the Catholic Church and advocated for religious tolerance. This shift undermined the power of religious institutions and led to a more pluralistic and diverse society. Number 4. Meritocracy and social mobility. The Enlightenment brought forth the idea that social status and opportunities should be based on merit rather than birthright. This notion challenged the rigid social hierarchy of feudalism, where social mobility was limited. Enlightenment thinkers argued for the importance of education and personal achievement as the basis for social advancement. This belief in meritocracy contributed to the emergence of a middle class and the idea of social mobility based on talent and effort. Number 5. Emergence of civil society. The Enlightenment fostered the development of civil society, characterized by voluntary associations, clubs, salons, and coffee houses. These spaces provided platforms for intellectual exchange and the dissemination of Enlightenment ideas. Civil society acted as a counterbalance to traditional sources of authority and allowed for greater social and intellectual engagement among diverse groups of people. Overall, the Enlightenment challenged and disrupted the existing social structures of Europe, undermining the power of monarchies, religious institutions, and the aristocracy. It paved the way for the emergence of new social and political orders that emphasized individual rights, popular sovereignty, secularism, and social mobility. These changes had a profound and lasting impact on European society and laid the groundwork for the development of modern democratic nations. In a nutshell, the Enlightenment's emphasis on reason, individualism, and skepticism towards traditional authority had profound social and political consequences. It questioned the authority of monarchies, aristocracies, and religious institutions, advocating for political systems based on the consent of the governed, the rule of law, and the protection of individual rights and freedoms. These ideas, expressed by thinkers such as John Locke, Montesquieu, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau, influenced the American and French revolutions. Well, now you might wonder if the other such events as French Revolution, Industrial Revolution, would be the after effects of the Enlightenment. Yes, you are right. Let's have a closer look on how Enlightenment affected into a chain reaction of other events. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, was strongly influenced by Enlightenment ideas. The revolution aimed to overthrow the absolutist monarchy and establish a more democratic and egalitarian society. The revolutionaries sought to replace the old social order with principles such as liberty, equality, and fraternity. The French Revolution had far-reaching social, economic, and political consequences, ultimately leading to the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte and the spread of revolutionary ideas across Europe. Not only that, the Industrial Revolution, which started in Britain in the late 18th century and spread to other parts of Europe and the United States, was another major consequence of the Enlightenment. It was a period of significant technological advancements, including the development of steam power, mechanized textile production, and the growth of factories. The Industrial Revolution led to significant social and economic changes, such as urbanization, the rise of the working class, and the transformation of traditional agrarian societies into industrialized nations. The Industrial Revolution played a pivotal role in the rise of capitalist ideas and the establishment of capitalism as the dominant economic system. Anyways, these are all the events or, say, historical antecedents because of which sociology as a discipline emerged in the 19th century as a response to the social changes brought about by the Enlightenment, the French Revolution, and the Industrial Revolution. Sociologists sought to understand and explain the social consequences of these transformations and the underlying social structures that shaped society. Figures such as Auguste Comte, Émile Durkheim, and Karl Marx laid the foundations of sociology, studying social order, social change, and the relationship between individuals and society, thus founding sociology as an academic discipline in the 19th century in several universities during that time, such as University of Paris, France, University of Leipzig, Germany, University of Chicago, United States, etc. Now, moving on to the second subtopic, that's scope of the subject and comparison with other social sciences. The scope of sociology encompasses the study of human society, social behavior, social institutions, and social change. It tries to understand how individuals interact with one another, how social structures and institutions influence behavior. The subject matter of sociology is broad and includes topics such as social inequality, culture, socialization, deviance, social movements, family dynamics, education, politics, and more. In comparison to other social sciences, sociology shares overlapping interests and methods, but also has distinct characteristics. Let's first compare it with anthropology. Anthropology focuses on the study of human culture, societies, and their historical development. While sociology may also study culture and society, it places more emphasis on social structures, institutions, and social interactions. Alright, now what's sociology versus psychology? Psychology focuses on the individual mind, behavior, and mental processes. Sociology, on the other hand, examines how social factors and social context shape individual behavior and psychology. What then is between sociology and economics? The study of economics is about production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services that we see in our everyday life. Sociology, in contrast, examines the social and cultural dimensions of economic systems, including the impact of social factors on economic behavior and the distribution of resources. Now, sociology versus political science. Political science studies political systems, institutions, and processes. Sociology may intersect with political science in studying power, politics, and social movements, but it takes a broader perspective, examining the social aspects of politics and their relationship with social structures and processes. Just as we have understood how similar or different is the study of sociology and anthropology, political science, economics, etc., let's now try to understand the same between sociology and history. Well, history explores past events and their significance. Sociology often draws on historical data and methods, but focuses on studying social structures, patterns, and dynamics that shape historical events and social change. Geography. Geography examines the spatial aspects of human activity and the interaction between people and their physical environment. Sociology may incorporate geographic perspectives, but its primary focus is on social relations, institutions, and processes. Even though these social sciences are different from one another, they are important in one another's study. Sociology brings a unique perspective by focusing on the social aspects of human behavior and society, considering the interplay of social structures, institutions, and individuals in shaping social life. It offers a comprehensive understanding of society and provides valuable insights into social issues, inequalities, and collective behaviors. Well, this is the scope of sociology and its comparison with other social sciences. Now, the third and final subtopic of this lecture is sociology and common sense. Sociology and common sense are two ways of understanding and interpreting the social world, but they differ in their approaches and reliability. Here's a comparison between sociology and common sense. Basis of knowledge. Common sense is based on everyday knowledge, beliefs, and personal experiences that are acquired through informal observation and interactions. It relies on individual perceptions and may be influenced by biases and limited perspectives. Sociology, on the other hand, is an academic discipline that uses systematic research methods, theories, and concepts to understand society. It seeks to go beyond individual experiences and biases by examining patterns, social structures, and broader social phenomena. Generalizability. Common sense tends to be subjective and context-dependent. It may vary among individuals and cultures, and what is considered common sense in one society may not hold true in another. Sociology aims for generalizability by using rigorous research methods, collecting data from diverse sources, and analyzing social patterns and trends across different contexts. It seeks to identify social patterns that hold true across various populations and time periods. Depth of understanding. Common sense provides surface-level explanations and intuitive understandings of social phenomena. It may rely on stereotypes, assumptions, or limited information. Sociology delves deeper into the complexities of social life, employing theories, concepts, and empirical research to provide a more comprehensive understanding of social structures, processes, and their impacts on individuals and groups. Critical perspective. Sociology encourages critical thinking and a questioning approach to social phenomena. It challenges taken for granted assumptions, stereotypes, and prejudices that may be embedded in common sense. Sociology aims to uncover hidden power dynamics, social inequalities, and the underlying social forces that shape behavior and institutions. Reliability and validity. Common sense can be unreliable and prone to cognitive biases, as it is based on individual perspectives and limited observations. It may not be grounded in systematic evidence or tested against alternative explanations. Sociology strives for reliability and validity by following rigorous research methods, peer review, and replication of studies to ensure the accuracy and credibility of findings. While common sense can provide initial insights and practical knowledge for navigating everyday life, sociology offers a more systematic, critical, and evidence-based understanding of society. It helps to uncover social patterns, inequalities, and dynamics that may not be apparent through common sense alone. Sociology provides a scientific framework to study and analyze social phenomena, offering a deeper and more reliable understanding of the complexities of human social behavior and social structures. That's for now. In the next lecture, we will cover the second topic. That's sociology as a science. I hope you found this lecture helpful. Do let me know what you need in the comment. Thanks for watching.